Wrapping things up here, the Vegas Take Sharp Shapiro, Chris Wynn in studio. By the way, a reminder tomorrow, former white supremacist. His name is Christian Piccolini. He is no longer a white supremacist. He's going to talk about why he believes there's a rise in white supremacy. We'll get him tomorrow joining us, as well as Patrick Lindsay, who is the director of the Shriners Hospital for Children's Open, the PGA Tour event in our backyard. Gentlemen, I got to say, I was pretty excited that the Aces extended the series yesterday against the Mystics. It was a fun game, and from start to finish, the Aces really took control of this game. I think they showed that if they play their brand of basketball, they get the ball into the bigs. Liz Cambage, of course, and Asia Wilson. Those two get involved early in the game, and they produce. I think they're the better team. I'm not saying they're going to win the series, but anyway, they won yesterday handily. And Game 4 is tomorrow night, so a quick turnaround for the Las Vegas Aces. What'd you think? Chris, I went with you to the game. What'd you think about it?
I was impressed, particularly what they were able to do with that front court with Liz, of course, and Asia Wilson. You're talking about Liz Cambage, Brian, and JD. 12 of 15 from the field, and Asia Wilson had a solid game also. She ended up with 21. McBride chips in with 18. It was an offensive performance that it's going to be tough to replicate once again. Look, I think they were familiar. They were comfortable in the atmosphere at home. A great crowd, very energetic out there. And it was probably, 6,000 to 7,000. It seemed like 20,000 in there. It was loud in that atmosphere. Great spot. And look, I think they have a real shot on Tuesday to pick up a victory, but the big key is what? Can you go on the road? Can you go to Washington, D.C. and get a win and win this series? I think it's going to come right down to that.
You got to take it one game at a time, and obviously they have to win tomorrow. Then all of a sudden it's a one-game series. How do you guys think they respond tomorrow? Do they win tomorrow at home?
I think the Aces, and I called them the WNBA's first super team before the season started. I think they can beat anybody in the WNBA. It comes down to, can they make their layups, and will they give up too many assists, and will they get called for too many fouls? I think they can definitely win the game at home tomorrow.
To me, it comes down to turnovers.
Well, yeah, turnovers are a big part of it too, and the Mystics don't turn it over as well. But in Washington, that's if you watch those two games, Washington, they made a lot of shots they shouldn't have made. The Aces probably missed 15 to 20 layups collectively, and they were called for every single foul they could have been called for, as well as they didn't get any loose balls. I think the Aces can beat Washington in 5 games, and I think if they do that, they win it all.
The officiating of the WNBA is absolutely atrocious.
It is pretty bad.
Yesterday, I just thought it was horrible both ways. It was
Washington's coach wasn't too happy, was he, Brian?
No, he got a technical foul. Yeah. But, hey, tomorrow night, the good news is we get to see another game in Las Vegas. Tomorrow night, the Aces are playing Game 4. It's at Mandalay Bay. I believe the start time is 7 p.m. Don't quote me on that, but I believe it's 7 p.m. I'll certainly be there for it. We hope they extend the series. Bill Laimbeer and staff doing a fantastic job, and we'll try to get Bill Laimbeer on the show tomorrow. Apparently, he's an extremely busy guy, but we'll try to get him on the show tomorrow to preview Game 4. And as I mentioned, tomorrow on the show, Patrick Lindsay from Shriners will be joining us, talk about the PGA event. Also, Christian Piccolini, who is a former white supremacist who has gotten away from, luckily, that lifestyle. And he's going to talk to us a little bit about it, why he got into it, why he decided to change. We'll have him tomorrow as well. And what will Donald Trump do next? We'll cover that too. Chris, thank you so much for joining us. Have a great afternoon, everybody. The man himself, Sean Hannity, is coming up next. Thanks for joining us on the Vegas Take, everybody. Have a great afternoon.